So the polls are about to close in New York, where challenger Cynthia Nixon is taking on Governor Andrew Cuomo, with one major issue still hanging over her head. On Sunday morning, Nixon took a trip to the New York City landmark deli Zabar's, where she ordered something so unthinkable and so unimaginable it might just cost her the primary. A cinnamon raisin bagel with cream cheese, so far so good, but then she added lox, red onions, capers, and tomatoes. You heard that right. Lox and capers on a cinnamon raisin? Poppy seed, everything, sesame, or even plain, all would have been fine. But cinnamon? That's just plain wrong. You can imagine how foodies on Twitter took the news. George Conway, he's the husband of Trump aide Kellyanne Conway, tweeted, "Locks her up." BuzzFeed's Isaac Fitzgerald wrote, "There's lots to talk about. And we could go onion and onion, but this bagel caper is a cheesy moment in New York politics, a real schmear campaign." I hope that didn't take you too long, Isaac. Alexandra Petrie of the Washington Post tweeted, "What if the bagel wrote the op-ed?" There, I solved it. Alexandra, you might be right, but Nixon isn't backing away from her controversial taste buds.
That's my go-to brunch breakfast, whether I'm out or at home. I mean, it's not uncooked oatmeal, but it's pretty delicious. And I say, don't yuck my yum. Don't knock it till you tried it.
Let me tell you, uncooked oatmeal would have been better. And while we don't know just yet whether Bagelgate will hurt Nixon at the polls, one thing is clear, she's not alone. When it comes to politicians and eating out, there's always a catastrophe on the menu. 2014, New York Mayor Bill de Blasio dared to eat pizza with a fork and knife on Staten Island. And Forkgate became his first major blunder as mayor. De Blasio isn't the only offender, though. In 2011, another New Yorker, citizen Donald Trump, did too, with former VP candidate Sarah Palin. But that's far from his worst pizza crime.
We eat our pizza the wrong way.
Crust first.
Donald Trump, why don't you just take that fork and stick it right in New York's eye?
How about my eyes, too, John? My personal favorite was when John Kerry committed the quintessential Philly food faux pas on the campaign trail in 2003, ordering Swiss cheese on his cheesesteak instead of the absolutely mandatory cheese whiz. You never heard anybody call him President Curry, did you? You know, I'm starting to think politicians should stop eating in public altogether. Otherwise, they're just asking to be shamed. And by the way, Cynthia Nixon, you might think this is much ado about not much, but those in politics who dismiss the bagel often end up with the bagel.